Okay, so today we are with Diego Eufracio Lucio, and he's representing the Fraunhofer Institute for Interfacial Engineering and Biotechnology, and in particular the project RoKKa that we awarded as one of the two winners for the category innovation during the World Bioproduct Day campaign. And we want to ask you, Diego, as the first question, to briefly introduce your project.
Yes, first of all, thank you very much for this invitation. I mean, I'm really glad to be able to contribute with this interview and to be able to share a bit about this project. As you mentioned, the project's name is RoKKa, which is a German abbreviation for sewage sludge as a source of raw materials and climate protection at wastewater treatment plants. It is a multi-stakeholder or partner project because it involves the participation of more than 10 parties, including research institutions, universities, but also industrial partners and the governance side, because this project is funded by the state of Baden-Württemberg in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And well, the main approach, the main idea of this project is that we use, as the name implies, these waste effluents that they are not seen anymore as waste, but as raw materials, and to get value added from these, as I mentioned, from these streams, for the transition from linear economy to circular economy.
Yeah, and what is the main goal of this application, and how do you reuse these residues?
Yeah. So the main goal is the contribution, as I mentioned, to this transition from linear economy, which is really prominent nowadays. But it's also good that we are participating and really encouraging and enhancing these transitions towards a circular bioeconomy. And I think the main goal is the transformation of these wastewater treatment plants into wastewater biorefineries. And this is done in a climate-friendly and participatory manner, and multi partners. As I mentioned, it is important to get involved partners from different sectors of the community. And what we do, we are developing these processes, these technologies to recover mainly nutrients from these waste streams. But not also recover them, and as like that, we are producing also these bioproducts, which are really valuable for the market, like fertilizers, stimulation agents for plants, soil enhancers, and also it impacts the climate protection, because we are, with this process, with this approach, we are reducing the emissions of greenhouse gases, for instance. Yeah.
So we can say that this could be also considered as the main added value of this application, the climate protection, or do you want to mention also other aspects compared to maybe similar application to this one?
Yeah, I would like to point out, because I mentioned the transition to circular bioeconomy, because we've heard maybe the concept circular economy, but I point out this bioeconomy, because in this project we use biotechnology or simplified microorganisms in one part of the process to produce these bioproducts. So I think that's very value added from this project. And not only that, but also the implementation at a pilot scale, because this at the end of the day, this is an innovation project, but we're already at a pilot scale, and we are working with a wastewater treatment plant already. So which is we are targeting the market, the industry outside, and yeah, of course, and another value added is the production of, as I mentioned, commercial substances such as fertilizers, soil enhancer, formiate, even for which is a disinfection agent, and all this in a sustainable way and parallelly with the climate protection. So yeah.
And it is really what are the challenges then?
Well, I think, as I mentioned, this is one of the pioneers from this kind of process or project. So I think the integration of many processes and technologies is a challenge itself, because these technologies or processes have been proven already to be adequate individually. But now the challenge is to how we can integrate all these processes and all this expertise also from other partners into a holistic manner, to get the objectives, you know. And also I think another challenge would be the acceptance of these bioproducts, because at the end of the day, it is another way to produce these fertilizers, soil enhancers, etc., that I mentioned. And I think that there is a way to walk, to maybe to position these bioproducts into the market already, and the acceptance. And because, yeah, you know, it will be a challenge, but at the same time, I think the whole society, the whole world is already moving towards a circular bioeconomy. So I also hope and expect that the governance all around the world also push these kind of projects, as the state of Baden-Württemberg does pretty well, and also regarding the markets and everything, so that we can then we can place these bioproducts in a more easily manner.
Yeah. And so as the last question, you probably know that this year, the 2022, has been declared as the European Year of Youth. And so there are many initiatives in order to recognize the important role of youth to build a better future. And so we would like to ask you as the last question, what is your advice to young generations that are willing maybe to approach this sector and bioeconomy in general?
Yeah, sure. Well, thanks for this question. I think it's pretty exciting to be able to share a bit of how my mindset, you know. And I think what I would recommend or advise is that you try to learn from every situation. I think, or maybe that sounds like cliche, but really like to focus on learning, either good or bad. And not only that, but also to teach and transfer your knowledge, your experience with other people, because, you know, like make synergies, networking, and also very important communications skills, because I mean, we all have good ideas, but good ideas, from idea to implementation, you need to know how to express your idea. You know, like these projects, for instance, it was a really good idea. It started as an idea, then it was presented to the funding organ or institution, and how we communicated that, the importance of all this. It is really, I mean, it is the key player, I would say, in this kind of situations. But everything, I mean, it can apply to every situation
of course,
in life.
Is a general perspective, also in order to strengthen the importance of the teamwork. So working together and maybe to debate around the topics. And it is important also for young generations to be aware that this is important, also in order to dream big, let's say this way. Okay.
Yeah, and in that sense, I just want to complement communication skills also include listening actively.
Sure.
You know, in order for the conversation or the debate to be enriching, you need to learn how to listen, first of all, actively, and then you can express also yourself in a better manner. And yeah, I mean, this comment to young generations, I mean, I know every generation is different, and I know there is a gap, and there's always be a gap between generations, you know. But yeah, as I mentioned, and coming back to my first point, this learning from every situation, we can learn also from elder people, but also from younger people as well. So yeah, I think that would be the advice that yeah, and at the end, that you raise your voice. I think we are we have good ideas, communications skills, listen actively, and raise your voice.
Yeah. So many thanks, Diego, for your inputs and insight for this interview.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Thank you.